What I did personally was I learned how to be a cloud engineer, or I spent a lot of time just hacking around on Amazon and AWS. And when I joined Airbnb, I had never used AWS at all. So I think just an understanding of cloud infrastructure, or really just infrastructure in general, is important to do the job for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons is that you have to understand what you're monitoring and what normal means in certain systems, how they all connect together. And when you build the infrastructure, you learn that firsthand.
Right.
It's like being a mechanic. You should have some experience in like putting cars together to a degree.
Yeah.
Right? Taking them apart, putting them together, so you know how to diagnose them, you know how they should be running.
Right.
So cloud infrastructure is really important. Just enough software development is important. I don't think you need to be like an application programmer, but you should have some good chops when it comes to building software that runs in infrastructure versus like a web application, although that can be useful. But more of like systems and OS level stuff is important. And then obviously just being an analyst. Like a lot of people start as analysts. I think that's fairly typical because you have to have a good understanding of how attacks happen. And you have to live through a few of those incidents and spend a few months or years in war rooms and learning about the range of attacks that happen, from the smash and grabs to somebody's downloading uTorrent and getting Game of Thrones on their laptop, and all the way up to like critical vulnerabilities like Heartbleed. Living through that at Yahoo is a really interesting experience. And living through those breaches and those vulnerabilities in general teaches you the mindset. And everything's a trade-off in security, right? Like usability and security, right? And freedom. There's a lot of freedom involved in it. Do you want to make it really hard to use, or do you want to make it secure?